All right. Welcome, everybody. So today and tomorrow are going to be two jam-packed days. We're going to be doing quite a bit of work on them. So first thing I want to do, go around for those of you who are, so we got a couple people here who are on our team, a couple people who are on our team who are also running their own business and who are going to be working on some of their own projects. And so a couple people I want to introduce you guys to. So Joe is Joe. He's one of the main guys on our team. He is brilliant with funnels as well. And he's going to be helping out with coaching, answering questions, going over anything. So if you have any questions, you can go and you can ask Joe. We've got John Zint and John Paul on here, who are both experts in funnels, funnel building, and two of our best builders on our team. They are awesome at funnel hacking, and we'll be able to support you guys if you have any questions or you need any support in that. Sydney is going to help with some copy. Francis can help with graphics, and then we've got Lisa, Yvonne, Kate are all attending, and we've got a bunch of people who haven't joined yet or signed on yet. So they will be here when they are here. So before we get started, guys, for those of you who are watching and attending, I'd love to know a little bit about what you're working on, a little bit about what you're doing, and what questions you have. So it says, how can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me all right?
Your audio's good on my end.
Okay. Yvonne, you might want to either unplug or check to see if you can use a different mic or something along the lines of that.
Yeah, I just put in a Bluetooth. I don't know why I can't get the speaker to work on the phone, so it's all good.
Okay, awesome. And you're on your computer, so you can do a screen share. You can see my screen when I share it.
I can switch.
Okay.
Well, I'm on the phone. I can see normally, but I can switch to the computer in just a minute.
Cool. Yeah, it'll probably be easier just
sure.
knowing what we're going to be doing.
To do stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Awesome. So for those of you guys who are attending, can you share a little bit about what business you have or what you want to be working on today, so I can make sure that we cover everything?
I'll go ahead and go first. This is Yvonne.
Okay.
Hey, so I'm going to be launching a podcast called The Voice of Vitality Radio, and I have several different things that are lead generation type things, and I have not yet successfully set up any of the funnels that have produced any results that I'm happy with for my other two businesses. So I'm hoping that once I do it for this, I can implement it for the other two businesses and get good at this. I'm excited about that, and was very excited about the whole webinar process that you had. You covered things on webinar stuff that like I hadn't heard anyone else mention before, which gave me a lot of hope.
Awesome. What specifically were you excited about?
The structure of it. So like the thing that popped out the most was the types of offers. So, I mean, I've heard a lot of offers. I just haven't heard them classified the way that you had them classified. I've never heard someone allude to the fact that they know NLP when it comes to doing a webinar. So I thought this is going to be really cool because that's my game right there. I love my NLP. I'm a practitioner and about to be master prac. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
If you have any, if you need any, if you have any questions on NLP or any type of conversational hypnosis that you can use inside of your funnels, let me know, and happy to help. All right.
Right on.
Perfect. Is anything else or any questions that you want to have answered during the session?
I keep muting myself. I think at this point, I don't know enough to know what questions to ask, but I will put them in chat if I do, and
Okay.
I probably will.
Awesome.
Okay.
Perfect. All right. Lisa or Kate, you want to go next?
Hey, it's me, Lisa. Can you hear me?
Yep.
I'm a fashion stylist and I'm trying to build some online stores as well. And that's about it. I'm new to all this ClickFunnels stuff, so it's all new to me.
Awesome. And anything you want specifically answered during the training?
Just curious how it all works and comes together because it's all new to me, so I'm not quite sure yet. I've never put one together yet.
Okay. We will get you a funnel by the end of the weekend or whatever. Tuesday. By the end of the 2 days. I will say weekend a lot.
Tuesday, yes. Yeah, and I can totally vouch for Lisa. She's amazing. Hey, everyone. My name's Kate Mikado. And just so there's no confusion, yes, Hawk is my partner. And sometimes I'm able to do funnels and it's great. And sometimes I also need help because everyone has their genius and he really is the genius when it comes to funnels. So I'm here to work on the zillion projects that I have and really getting this system down, because although I've gone through it before with our last boot camp, there were still things that I was working on and figuring out and trying to understand. So I think this is really cool that this is the type of event that you can come back to again and again and get something new from it. So very excited to work on some of those projects and see what happens. So, and I'm also here to support you guys as well. So if you have any questions, anything that's going on, please feel free to message me. I will be providing support for you guys as well.
Awesome. Thank you, love. All right. So the way this is going to work over the next 2 days is a workshop style. So this is not like I'm going to teach some things. I'm going to go over. I'm going to demo. But most of the time we're going to be spending is you actually implementing, you building your funnel, you writing copy, you creating Facebook ads. You are going to be designing a follow-up emails, follow-up bot. You're going to write a video sales letter and record it, plus a whole bunch of other things. That's the core of it. And we're going to be here to support you to actually get all of that done by the end of the 2 days. So that is kind of a high-end, high-level version of what we're going to be doing. This can be replicated over and over and over again. Every time we launch something, we use what I'm going to teach you over the next 2 days. We do it in a couple of hours, but obviously it's going to take you some time, and you can take this process and do it over and over and over again for every new product, every new service, every new idea that you have that you want to bring out to the marketplace. You want to share with the masses and really showcase your genius, your expertise, and also, of course, make money doing it. So there's going to be a lot of time. So if you feel like you need to get up or you need to go do something, there's going to be a lot of workshop hours in this. So I recommend just at that point getting up and doing everything. One other thing that I do want to share, I am really fast at this because I've been doing it for so long. So when I go through a demo of something, I'm going to go through it as if I was doing it live. And if you feel lost, like, don't worry about it. I'm going to go back through and I'm going to break it down step by step. I do that for two reasons. One, just so you can see I guess how easy it is once you become an expert and you really understand how to do this. Also, so that you can just get an overview of what is being done. So don't worry about all the minute details now. If you feel like you can do it and you don't need any additional support, you can mute the line and you can go jump on and do it yourself. After I go through the whole thing, I'm going to go back and redo what I just did, or maybe do a second version, but I'm going to break it down step by step. So that way you can see every little thing that I did. And if at any point I'm going too fast, just stop me dead in my tracks and I will slow it down, or I'll take a step back. Because if, everything that you're an expert in, if you try to explain it to somebody and you might forget how much you've already learned, kind of thing. I've probably learned more about funnels or know more about funnels than most people know. As one of my mentors says, I've forgot more about funnels than the majority of people have learned. And I don't want you to feel like you're not an expert at this, and if you're not, that's totally fine. You've got your expertise, you've learned and forgot more about your expertise than I've ever learned in most cases. So yeah, so that's where we're at. Before we continue, I'll check in. Anything that you guys want to say before we jump into the first session?
Do you want to give kind of an overview of what the 2 days will look like, just so people kind of have a kind of the stadium level understanding of what they're going to be building over the next 2 days?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. All right. So today we're going to focus on creating your opt-in. We're going to spend probably about 90 minutes to 2 hours working on your opt-in. And if you did all the homework and you completed everything, you've already either got an idea for what you want to do, or you've already completed it and you just need to have the opt-in so you can start to send that out. So that's going to be session number one. Session number two is we're going to start to look at different traffic sources, and we're going to focus on Facebook ads, but you can use pretty much any traffic. You can use Instagram, LinkedIn, and if you want to go into a different traffic source for what you're looking to do, let me know, and if I know what it is and how to do it, then I can showcase it. If not, I can share a resource on how to do it. I know LinkedIn, Facebook, and paid Instagram. I'm not so good with the organic Instagram, but we've got lots of people who can share about that. So that's basically all before lunch, or lunch Pacific time. Some of you guys, it might be early dinner. Then after that, we're going to come back and we're going to work on your messenger bot and follow-up emails, follow-up texts, follow-up messaging, just for the opt-in gift itself. And then from there, you're going to be setting up in the evening, you're going to be writing your video sales letter. We will give you a template. You'll fill out a form, you'll send it back to us, and then our team is going to actually design, and we're going to create your PowerPoint slides for you. So that way you can go in, you can record it tonight. So that is today as kind of a high level. And then tomorrow we're going to be going in and we're going to be focusing on setting up your video sales letter, how you can set that up so that you can either get applications to a high ticket, you can start to make sales, or you can invite them to the next step, whatever that next step is for you. And so we can discuss what those options are a little bit later today when you're writing out your video sales letter. We'll set that up. We'll look at what your next options, what are the next steps you could have in your funnel to create and have the most effective funnel down the road. And the last thing is actually starting to connect your video sales letter and your initial opt-ins. You can start to get the leads who you've already generated overnight to start to hopefully purchase or apply, complete the application. Because our goal by the end of this, by the end of today, or by the end of tomorrow rather, is that you've completed your funnel and you've started driving traffic, and you've either made a couple sales, or you've made you've gotten a couple of applications. That depends on a lot of things, but if you follow the process, you should be able to do it. Also, if you have your hook post done from the homework, you've already got a base of warm leads. So did that answer the question?
Did for me. How's everybody else who's participating?
Great.
Perfect. All right, so let's go. I'm gonna drop a share link over to you guys in just a second here. Profit template, opt-in. All right, so I just dropped over a share link to you guys. You can click to add that to your account, and we'll be showing you how to get all of that. So let me share my screen here. All right, so when you come in here, it's going to opt in. If you do not have a ClickFunnels account yet for whatever reason, this will allow you to get a ClickFunnels account, and it'll actually give you an option for a $19 a month version, which will get you started on this. It doesn't have all the bells and whistles, but it'll get you started in what you need to do here. All right, so when you add the account, add this to your account, there are two different split tests on the front end. You can use whichever one you want. We find that this version converts higher in most cases, but you can absolutely use the other one. You can split test them, and we can discuss all of that in a moment. So you go in, and again, I'll demo this twice. So we're going to come in here, open the editor. Close out Drive, close out that. All right. So we've kind of made it as simple as possible. So we asked the question, so what's your promise? What do you promise to give them? You can use a how-to, without. There are other options as well. By the way, one of the tools that we use, and we use this all the time, is funnel scripts. Funnel.link/ let me or if it's this link or nope. I will get you guys my link for it. By the way, if you do get this, you get a bunch of bonuses from us if you get it from us, or you can just have us do it all for you. You don't have to worry about Scripts. There it is. There you go. So if you guys want to get funnel scripts, then you can. If you don't want to use funnel scripts, you can fill out our forms, and we'll be sending those to you over the course of this. So just to give you an idea, funnel scripts dashboard. So some of the things you can use, and Jane, if you could get over the link for the headline scripts. Actually, where's the other one? The shorter one.
Huck, is that for Google Forms?
Yeah, the Google Forms version. Yep.
Yeah, Jane, that's correct.
Well, that's the longer one. I can't find the shorter version. Profitable title scripts, maybe. There's a bunch of them. Here we go. This is the one I wanted. Okay. So central topic, we might do funnels, funnel building. Launch in 2 days. Actually, that's probably idea. Entrepreneurs. All right. So you can do, I mean, there's all sorts of things in here. And you might have to update these, edit them accordingly. So the funnel building system, every entrepreneur needs to know. I think I like this one, copy that, come in here, paste that in, and then we're going to put download the cheat sheet to the funnel building system every entrepreneur needs to know. Logo. Yeah, so you might have logos already in here, and we do. I'm just going to upload this. So you would upload your brand logo there. You don't have to change any of this. Now, this is set up as join the waiting list because this doesn't exist yet. There's nothing on here. So it's not on here. But if you wanted to come in and change the color, so let's say my brand colors are we go. I don't like yellow. Blue. That's a 0044. There we go. That's the blue I want. Same blue. And you can change the width and all that sort of stuff here. But the key thing here, and this again keeps it really, really simple, is you have to download the cheat sheet. You have your call to action, what it is that they're going to get. Now, I might want to change the color of this because that color does not look very good on there. And I want to make this a little bit larger. Also, you can change mobile here. So 28. All right. And again, I'll do this over again in just a second. You also will want to update your thing. So guaranteed copy of the
You want to update the pop-up. This is called a pop-up here. When they're going to either leave the page or they've been waiting a long time, not making a decision. That's what this is here for you guys.
Yep. So I'm gonna get updates on shoot. All right. Now you can also edit the settings here, and so this triggers when somebody tries to exit. And I'll show you exactly what this looks like. So I save that. We have the brand logo. If I try to exit, it pops up it's got a pop-up here and pulls my name, email, an incorrect version of my phone number because I didn't type it in correctly last time. And I can obviously join the waiting list. I'm not going to do that right this second, but you can do that. Now, a couple other things you want to do. If you want to change your background, you can go into, so you've got the settings here. Integrations, don't worry about this for the moment. If you want to use this down the road, you're more than welcome to, but we're not going to worry about this for the moment. SEO data. This is for what it looks like when you share it on Facebook or Google or anywhere, and you want to update the title here. So we would put, in this case, the funnel building secrets cheat sheet. All right. And we might write a little description. To convert this sheet. And you can change the social image as well. It's generally faster to upload one, but I'm trying to find a specific one in here. There it is. So in this case, I actually want to. So you can also, here's a ninja secret. So if you go to your current website, where you have your own logo, that's not the one I wanted. There you go. So you go to current website. If you already have your logo on the website, you can right click on your logo, and if you're in Chrome, it says copy image address, and so you click on that, and then you can copy and paste. So you can actually set that up for it to forward and direct to your current, wherever your logo is currently. The other thing that you might want is to add tracking codes. This is great for Facebook ads, all that sort of stuff. You can add custom CSS. And obviously you're not going to worry about that here. You can change background images. So in the background here, you have an image. You may want to change that. And this is also really important. If Josephine Sands is not your main font, then you can select from one of these. You can also get way more specific and use the list. So obviously, if you have a specific font that you use for your brand, I recommend doing that. Roboto is a great font just in general. So if you want to just utilize that one, it's a great font as a default font. And you hit save, and that's pretty much that. All right, now we're going to go back through and go through this step by step. So I'm going to go through, going to restore the old version. Jane, did you send over the headlines link? Yes, you did. Perfect, thank you. So for all of you guys, in the chat box there, in the chat box in what do you call it here? Zoom, there is a link. You can fill that out. And as soon as you do, let us know and we can get that processed for you. If you already have funnel scripts or you want to use, you want to get funnel scripts, then just go to the profitable title scripts. That's the one that I like to use for this. I'll drop that link into. That is the one that you would use if you got your own. All right, so.
Was everybody familiar with the page that Hawk was on prior to jumping into the editor? Just want to check in with you guys on that.
Which page? You're talking about this page?
Yeah, that one. So making sure that, as you said, you've worked with ClickFunnels for quite some time.
Yep.
So just want to make sure
Absolutely.
everyone knows how to get into the editor and all of that, and just
perfect. So I will go over that.
This will be my first time to be in ClickFunnels.
So perfect question. Thanks for pointing out again. Thank you for starting. Again, if you have any questions, like don't feel like you need to just stop me, and I want you guys to know that. So you come up to here to ClickFunnels once you're logged into your account, and you hit the funnel button, and once you shared it into your account, it should actually show up in your share funnels here as soon as you do that, and you just click the button that says open funnel or view funnel. But if you log out or whatever and you want to log back into it, you just click the funnel button up here. It's going to automatically be put into your share funnels section. So you're going to click the opt-in, which is what this one's called, and it'll automatically open you up to this page here. There's you can view stats on your funnel down the road. You can see contacts as soon as they opt in. There are settings. We'll go over that a little bit later. I'll show you automation and publishing as well. So we go in here, you click the edit button. This allows you to preview the page, and this gives you page settings so you can change. So for instance, if it's, in this case, it's invert.clickfunnels.com, and we can change the custom domain. And I can share a tutorial on how to do that. We're not going to worry about that because it's not that important to do that here. But we could change this to, what do we call this? So funnel dash builder dash sheet. And so when I update that, if I click on the link up here, you'll see it's invert.clickfunnels.com/funnel-builder-cheat sheet. So that's allows you to put commands in there. It's also a great place to put. Download, you can put or request. So this is a great embedded command inside of it. So from an NLP standpoint, from a conversational hypnosis standpoint, this is a great embedded command that allows you to tell them what to do. And most people don't notice it, but we have noticed up to 10% increase in conversions by updating. The only thing we updated was this component here by making it a command instead of making it instead of
offer.
just keeping it general. Yeah. So telling them what to do. So if you have join or enroll or request or register or RSVP, those are all great. Those are a couple of great words. If somebody wants to drop those words in the chat, Jane or Joe, that would be awesome. All right, so then when we come in here and we edit this, so open it up, and if you've got a brand, so we'll just start from the top and we'll go all the way down to the bottom. So I want to update the logo. Now the fastest way, there's two ways you can do this. One, you can either upload, or two, if you already have the logo on your website. So I already got one on Funnel Magazine.com. I just want to use this logo. Let's say this was on a WordPress site or something else. We can come in here, copy the image address. Sounds like we got somebody in twice. There we go. So come in here, copy the image address, and then jump back over to your ClickFunnels account. Now, when there's, just to give a little bit of structure, you got the green bars. This is your section. And this is broken, this page is specifically broken up into 3 sections. Then you have rows, and this is a 3-row, this is a 1-row, this is a 3-row here, this is a 4-row, this is a 1-row. And then in each of the rows you have columns, and it doesn't have an actual way to do it, but if you wanted to go into the column and edit the column settings, you can go up here. You've got sections, rows, columns, and elements, and I'll just explain elements in a section. In a second, go up to columns, and you can edit the specific columns. If you notice, the top left column right now is blue. You can actually go in there, edit that. And then you have elements. For starters, I don't recommend adding or removing elements, especially in this page. This page is designed to convert. So the less you mess with it, the better off you are generally. You've got your image. Now you can either come in here, if you already have the image added, you can do that. You can upload an image by clicking on this upload section up here, or you can go to an existing domain, go in, copy the image URL, go to where it says image, and when you delete that, you should see this image format not supported, and then you can just paste that in. Now, a couple of other things. You can use alt images. So this is alt image text. Now this is great for SEO, and it's also great for if somebody's using text to speech. Scene logo. You can also set up widths. Now you can do it in pixels. This doesn't, so there's an old editor, and don't worry about that if you ever see it. If it doesn't look like this, you're in the old editor. If it looks like this, you're in the new editor. But you can do either by pixel. So default is pixels. But you can also do, so if I did 50 and then I use the percentage sign, it's going to do 50%. Now the benefit of doing percentages instead of doing a set pixel amount is on mobile. You go into the mobile settings. By the way, you can click on here, up here, you have desktop and mobile. So desktop and mobile. Click on the mobile, it's still at 50%. And again, if we want it at 80%, so it's going to show up at 80% of the width versus 100%. So if we go back to desktop, that's at 80% of the width of this section here. Now, if we expand that, obviously you don't want that big, but you kind of get the point. There we go.
Any questions on that so far of what Hawk's gone over in regards to image, how to put one in, sizing it, and making sure that it looks good both for desktop and mobile?
My response is no. And will this also be viewable after this for review or no?
Yes, it will be.
Okay. Just because I understand it now doesn't mean I'm going to have all this stuff in my brain forever afterwards.
And in a moment here, you're actually going to build this yourself.
Okay.
So you're going to be building this
Okay.
during the training here. All right, awesome. So we've got that. Now the next step, and again, going back to the chat here in Zoom, you've got the Google form, so you can either utilize that. You can register, or if you don't have funnel scripts and you want to get funnel scripts, you can register for it. The link's there, and then I dropped the link that we used for this specific script. You'll fill in the information and you'll hit the build button. Obviously I already filled it in, so I'm not too worried about it. And then based on what it is that you want to use, and you can also combine these two, so don't feel like these are a way to get ideas and to get kind of your mind flowing with this. It also gives domain ideas, by the way, which is kind of cool. So we can choose a different one. Insider. I'll use the one that I had before, because. All right, so download sheet to actually download the funnel building system cheat sheet. Secrets cheat sheet. Funnel building cheat sheet. Yeah, let's do that. Just download the funnel building secrets cheat sheet and increase your conversions today. So, all right, I'll go back. So you can come in here, you can, you've got bold, italics, underline, strike through, all that sort of stuff there, or you can justify. And when you click in, when you hover over, you've got this, you can move, you can go into the settings, you can clone, or you can delete. So we're gonna go into the settings here. And I wanna make this a little bit bigger. Maybe like 32. There we go, actually 30, like that. And change mobile to 24. Generally speaking, for mobile, you don't want to go anything over 32. So that's just as a rule of thumb. For the most part, you never want to go over 32, because if you do, what'll happen is your words will wrap and it'll look really terrible. So make sure that you update your mobile sizing if you want it to look good on mobile. You can change the text color, you can change bold color, So let's say, actually, oh, that's right. And sometimes you see this happen. But theoretically, you can change the color, and sometimes this template, I guess, is from the old editor, so it's being a little funky here. But you can also change things like the background color, so we can do that, which is kind of cool, which gives you some additional additional styling, all that sort of stuff. Now, let's say just total accident, but let's say you came in here and you deleted this. You can click here and go add new element. There's lots of reasons. You can use headlines, which is going to come up as a fairly large text. You can use subheadlines, paragraphs, and bullet lists, bullet points. You can add images, videos, an audio player, buttons, boxes, input boxes, which is what these things are down here. You can do more advanced forms. You can do timers, all sorts of other cool things down here. I wouldn't really worry about these right now, and same with all these. Don't worry about these. Also, another thing, 99% of the time, I would recommend never using a text block. So it's in here because there is a purpose for it. Just don't use it, is my general recommendation. Right, so we're going to come in here, we're going to add a subheadline, and it looks kind of dark because it default text color is this black. I'm going to change that to white. I'm going to change the bold to red. And of course, I deleted the old thing. So download our cheat sheet to the funnel building system every entrepreneur needs to know. And increase the size to 34. Change the mobile to 24. Now, when I came in here, I added, and I guess I didn't save it. So if I wanted to make this red, I could make that red by making it bold. So what I did here was I set the bold color to one color and the regular text color to another color. All right, so that's pretty simple. Any questions on that?
Sorry, I keep myself on mute. Everything looks easy right now.
Awesome. All right, so get that. Let's say I want to change the background colors of these guys. So you go into the settings for, in this case, the section. You click on the little settings box. You can change the width of it. I recommend keeping it at full page. You can make it sticky, which means that this will stick to the top. So this is for navigations. This will stick to the bottom, which is great for keeping your offer on a long form sales page. Not worrying about that in this case. And then we're going to change the color of this to one of our brand colors. And same with this one. I'm going to start out with, oh, perfect. And then I want to change this to that red. So join the waiting list. And so in order to come in here, same thing. Anytime you want to edit anything, you just come in, hover over, click the settings button. And in this case, I just want to change the background color to this. So we click down here, the background color, chose the red. You can change this. So I can make this yellow if I wanted. I don't, I want it white. You can also change an action on a button. In this case, we just want it to submit the form, but you can have it go to a new website. You can open a pop-up. If you want somebody to capture someone's contact info, you have to have an email field. Email field is required, and a button that is set to submit, and they have to enter their email address and then hit the submit button. You can have other fields like name, phone number, what else? You can require your name. So you can have name, first name, last name, email, phone. You can have address. So this is billing address. This is shipping address. This is European tax ID. And you have a custom type. So you can actually create an unlimited number of form fields. All right. And again, if you wanted to change your typography, so let's say for this, we want to make it Roboto because Roboto is a good text. We change it to Roboto. It's a little bit different look and feel. And that's that. Now these down here are actually images. So we can change them if we want. So they're set to Funnel Magazine, obviously, because this is what that's from. So you would just want to copy and paste your Twitter and your Facebook. Now, a little thing we have in here. So if you go into elements, go to manage elements, and you scroll down to the bottom here, and you unhide these two images here, you've got Google Plus and LinkedIn. You can replace those images with alternative images like Instagram. So if you want to replace the Google Plus with an Instagram image, that would be probably a great idea. The other thing you can do is you can update this Funnel Magazine from whatever your brand, to what it says to your brand, to your actual brand name. So, and then we click save. So that's pretty simple on that. Next thing we want to do is update the pop-up. So we've got it set here. There's no background image. I do want it to show when somebody tries to exit, and the medium width, the width is perfect. I can update the padding and make it, increase size, all that sort of stuff there. I'm going to leave it just like it is though. So I recommend you join the waiting list, and then you're guaranteed a free copy of the funnel building sheet. You can, if this is a pre-registration, so request your free sheet. I might even put funnel building. Nope. Right. So you do want it to stay on one's width. Again, here as well, you can update mobile size. So this one, the mobile size is set to 14 because you don't want this to be too large on mobile. You've also got subtext. So if we wanted to add subtext, you can do this to any button. The funnel building sheet will give you the native edge. And I might want to make that a little bit shorter, but that's fine for now. And we just hit save. And next thing we can do is hit, we can preview.
Hawk, can you go over and make sure that nobody has questions with what you were just working on there?
Yep. Any questions on what I was setting up there? All right. So next thing we do, come in here and preview, and everything is looking good. All the links, everything's working. And if I scroll up, my exit pops up. Now this does only work on computers. This doesn't work on mobile, but still adds a layer of, it can help you recapture somebody who wasn't necessarily, who, was maybe thinking of jumping off. And we can test this as well. And it'll submit. And then it's going to go to the thank you page, and we will discuss that in a moment. All right, so what I want you guys to do is go in and create your first funnel, create your first opt-in page.
Hey, Hawk, so I've gotten some feedback from our attendees, and I just want to kind of give some framing context for their specific businesses. So for Lisa, she's looking at Shopify, and I think the funnel bots would be really powerful, but how she can kind of create her funnel for her Shopify and what applies within this training, because I think there is a lot. And then also for Yvonne, for her, I think, Yvonne, if you can clarify for me around the homework and where you're at, just so we can make sure that you have the pieces that you need, and Hawk can kind of better explain what needs to happen, especially with this first workshop of what you need and whether or not you have it. So I just wanted to check in with you guys on that, because I know that for each business, they're different. They're at different places. They're going to use this process differently. So I just wanted to go ahead and address that for you guys.
All right, I didn't quite hear a question in there. Oh, well, I heard one for Lisa, but was there something that you wanted me to go over for Yvonne? Or Yvonne, was there something you wanted me to go over?
I see picture, but not audio.
You might be on mute again.
Yeah, it is. So Yvonne, can you unmute yourself and just share?
Was a trainer they were?
Yeah. Go ahead.
It was a trainer, it was someone.
You're on mute, Yvonne, so we can't hear you. Need you to unmute.
I'll unmute you, Yvonne.
A trainer that didn't have a coach.
You're unmuted. Yvonne, you just muted yourself again. Let me unmute you so you can talk.
Right now.
Now I can hear you. You're unmuted. Oh, I think she just dropped off.
Lisa, did you want to find out and ask Hawk about your specific funnel that you're working on? Because Shopify is still a funnel, it's just not necessarily using ClickFunnels.
Yeah, I just I'm gonna actually create a Shopify store this week, so I don't actually have it up yet, but I guess like if you want to touch base on like how it would work for a Shopify store when you actually have product. So I'm not focusing on fashion styling because I'm going to use it probably later when I get my store built. So how can you use it for products?
Absolutely. So one of the best things you can do a free plus shipping offer. You can do a discount code. So you can use the same strategy you would use with an Amazon store, for instance, which is you basically send them to an opt-in. The opt-in is you might do a guide for you do like a fashion guide type thing, or you could set up just a discount code. So you can say, hey, register here to get your free, pair of cufflinks or a free scarf or something like that. And then it's a free plus shipping code. So it'd be a discount code that they can use at checkout with a specific product.
Okay, makes sense.
So that would be the probably the best way to utilize it. Let me message Yvonne on Facebook. Any other questions, or do you have anything else you want to ask on that? Anything else, guys? Yeah, well, if there's no more questions, why don't you guys start building your opt-in, and then I'll be here if you have any questions.